Good morning. And during this economic and crisis, most of the industries are just contemplating on which industry would thrive post economic crisis and the corona crisis. I would rather say the world was already going through an economic crisis, and corona was just like a kind of an excuse or something which happened, or a kind of a coincidence just to really make this worse. Or some of the countries would take it as a kind of an excuse to justify their bad economic performance. Especially you talk about US was already going through huge economic crisis, and also India was also. And this is, I would rather say, it is added on, or maybe for the administration to justify this, oh, corona is an excuse for it. Nevertheless, so I'm just going to talk about like around five industry, or there are maybe like around 10 industry which will have to survive, and also which will have more priority or importance that needs to go. I would really call this kind of an first is the energy industry, because everyone need electricity power to generate and to live, be it industry or kind of a domestic side, you need energy. What will happen that since the oil prices has just gone down, even it has gone negative for the first time, because the oil prices will tremendously go down. Maybe in the next 5 years down the line, it will still go down, as the solar industry, the alternative energy is also coming up, and that's going to be an integrated alternative energy, which is going to be like more like a kind of an thermo, as well as for a kind of a photovoltaic energy generation. By 2035, around 45 to 52 percentage of the world's power will be generated through solar. Already huge amount of research has been happening. Maybe in one of my video I'll just talk about this kind of an Heliocast, a new technology which is really generating power in a very high capacity. That's going to happen. And the second industry is going to be like water. There's going to be so much of an reusability of water, and the stringent condition is also happening to reuse the water. The BOD COD level has just come down less than 10, and the COD is less than 30, which is a very high industrial demand. And also desalination plants will increase, because we need to meet up to the water industry. There are four industry which will just go slope down, because already it is in a very hype, like the IT industry, and the salary and the cost will come to this kind of an equilibrium level. There is going to be a lower and realistic cost with any other industry like automobile or pharmaceutical or medical or any banking industry, because the IT guys are being paid very high, so they will face a little bit of a slowdown in this kind of a market. And then it comes to this kind of a banking sector will also come down or scale down their staff to reduce the overhead cost. Real estate will come to this kind of an equal level, like around the payment versus the the actual market value. I think that will also have a huge impact. Pharmaceutical industries will reduce their R&D cost. At present, they are just spending like around 50 to 75%. Some of them are in the R&D. I think that will tremendously come down. Public health industry will increase, especially the preventive health is going to have more focus on that. Maybe like a kind of a vaccinations and other things will also come down. Mobile industry and telecom will go up the ladder. Again, the mobile industry and it's also depending upon existing industry. It doesn't stay on its own. Whether it is energy, water, or banking, or insurance industry, anything will go. Insurance will need to do so much of an restructuring and a work to reduce the cost of the premium, because a global market, a lot of people are not being covered. So risk carrier will have an industry, because whenever there is a crisis, people will try to look for protection packages. So maybe comprehensive insurance package will come down. Automobile industry will have to change it, which will have a huge impact. It will go down and it will come up because of dependability on this kind of a fossil free generation. And when the fuel down, they will all convert into solar cars and solar thing. Even those kind of industry will have a huge impact on that. Take care.